channel back office automation, otherwise known as Amadeus Airline Robotics, to try and make that as interesting as e-retail and e-merchandise. This is one colleague's suggestion on how to make robotics a little bit more interesting. Where the cockroach represents hidden costs in your back office, that's when robotics becomes really interesting for me. So what is Amadeus Airline Robotics? Okay. From the moment the P&R is first queued to when the last segment is flown, Amadeus Airline Robotics automates processes wherever inefficiency exists. Now there's nothing that amazing about putting some automated tools in your direct channel back office. Okay? Anyone can build a box to automate a task. And this is the model that I see. I've traveled a lot of airlines, I see a lot of customers, and this is pretty much the model that I see with it. And I suppose the way it arose was that the internet and direct channels wasn't that important when all this started, and so people just built things in an ad hoc manner, and there's no real reporting layer over it, there's no real visibility to management, and often the control of this is in the hands of IT. What Amadeus has done is put a layer around that to really try and deliver power and the visibility back to the actual business owners, reducing costs in a number of areas. And I'm absolutely, I was just going to get some feedback now, but I'm really passionate about reducing costs, and unfortunately for the big guy sitting in the front row here, that doesn't extend to me travelling economy class long haul. But when it comes to your business, I'm absolutely passionate about reducing costs. And you can see why I walked up here to make that joke. If it hadn't fallen flat, I would have explained everyone's still eating over the big gala dinner last night. But I was glad to see that one or two people laughed at that one, so they left me happy with it. So it's all about giving visibility to the business, okay? If you can't see it, you can't cut it. And if you don't have a review over the total cost of sale for the direct channels, how can you weed out those inefficiencies in the back office? And that's the real power of working with Amadeus on doing the robotics in the direct channel back office, is that you're going to have so much more, the business owners, the people sitting in this room are going to have much more control over the total cost of sale, and to be able to continually work that cost down over time. So in the example with Wally, the robot, shuffling his cups around, you saw that there was a cockroach under one of the cups. In this example, there's no cockroaches, there's only benefits for you and your airline. So if you're interested in cost saving, let me give you a few maybe tangible examples to make this a bit more real. I'll talk about a few customers that we're working with at the moment just to help really contextualise it. So lower costs. And really, lower costs is has always been the primary focus of what we're doing here. Now, there's a lot more that we do as well, but the first point is always about getting costs down. Fraud. There's probably nobody in this room here today that at one point or another, and probably more recently than not, has had to deal with the issue of fraud in direct channels. Now, I'll give you an example of something we've been doing with robotics that when I was in Colombia a few weeks ago. So in Avianca, we've actually got some pretty good processes for pre-ticketing fraud checks. They check databases for the person who's not travelling on the card they're booking on, to see that previously bought a ticket for that same person. They check the government database for the ID numbers, they've got a blacklist for email addresses, credit cards. But all of these checks are being done manually at the moment. Now, how can you possibly catch the fraud? So the business logic is great. They're doing a great job of the business logic. But if you've got people manually doing those pre-ticketing checks, there is no way you can efficiently monitor the amount of volume coming through that site or through that call centre. So with robotics, we automate all that, and it does it in a fraction of a second. APIS. APIS is a significant cost for your airports. people turning up to the airport without the correct APIS information is a significant cost. What we're doing with customers is enabling them to look at the P&R a few days before the person flies, looking at that P&R, sending the person an email with the saying, this is the information in the P&R with your APIS information at the moment. Would you please click on this link and go back to retail to update it, and you'll have a faster check-in process at the airport. It gives value to the customer, and it also significantly reduces the cost at the airport for information. Schedule change notifications. I'm amazed when I still see airlines doing 100% call-outs for schedule change. It's a massive cost, and there's no reason why that can't be automated. We're seeing one example by just sending out an email to customers when there's a schedule change, and they click if they accept the change, or if they don't accept, they click deny, and there's up to 75% of people click on the accept button, and so there's no need to call that person out for a schedule change. You'll always need to call out some people, so the 25% call outs is a lot better for your business than doing 100% call outs for schedule change. But what if lower costs is not as interesting to you? Sometimes when I travel to some companies, they say, labour costs are so low here, we can stick 100 people on the problem and it's not going to be an issue. That's when I get into the point of saying, it's not just about the cost, okay? When you've got people manually doing all of these repetitive processes, the errors creep in. When people, the amount of times I go to an airline back office, or anywhere in the airline, and I see people pulling up the P&R, the GUI of the P&R, maybe a bank authorisation screen, an internal sort of documentation screen, and cutting and pasting between applications. I mean, it is so easy to automate this stuff, and it's the errors and the bad customer service you get. I mean, we all know in this room here that as great as direct channels are, there's still some back office work to be done. It's not always 100% automated. The person who books on your website doesn't realise that. And so when they see errors that are occurring from cutting and pasting, it gives the internet a bad name because they thought it was the internet side that was responsible. They don't realise it's the person in the back office doing it. So that's another thing that we can fix. Building links to external systems. We've got a number of links to loyalty systems, for example. Some customers I've seen where they're manually deducting the points from the loyalty system by looking in the P&R. Apart from the fact that you get errors with this, you also get the consistency problems. So one person types in Los Angeles, another one types in LA, another one types in LAX. It flows through on the person's statement. It doesn't look good. It's so easy to fix this problem. And finally, I'll give you an example of my friends in Fiji in Air Pacific, because they were using ProWeb on an Amadeus terminal to do some ticketing and some other functions, had a basic robot that they were using. Things was going down on the weekend. Someone was having to come into the office, reboot the machine on the weekend. People were turning up to the airports without their tickets being issued, and it was causing massive problems for the airlines. Now, they never, in their wildest dreams, thought that they could afford the type of functionality I'm talking about here, but we've made a real conscious effort. I mean, quantity is the driver on this project, okay? So the scope on this is big. But what we've done is cut down to the most essential elements, and that's still a lot of what I'm talking about here today, so that no matter how small the customer is, if you're a small customer who's an e-retail system user, most of this functionality is available to you at a very, very reasonable cost. Finally, innovation.